Hey, welcome back. Here we are. If you were with us in the premiere for verse 7, then this is part 2, continuing the premiere. I'm not going to say an opening prayer and blessing again, just because I kind of expect you to do verse 7 and then verse 8. This is just to make it in 15-minute bite-sized manageable chunks. So here we are, continuing with our auditory learning, with our directed immersion in the book of Shoftim, that's Judges, chapter 3, verse 8. And I will just scan it first. And it says, ויחר אף אדוני בישראל, וימכרם ביד כושן רשעתיים, מלך ארם נהריים, ויעבדו בני ישראל את כושן רשעתיים, actually רשעתיים I should say, with a more ancient pronunciation because it is a name, שמונה שנים. All right, now let's pick it apart a bit more. The first word, vayikar. So the verbal root is a bit hard to recognize. This is a lamed hey verb, meaning the root ends in a hey, and the hey has gone away. So usually it's chara, chet resh hey, and the hey's gone, which means to get hot. Literally, to get hot. Metaphorically, to become angry. Right? And the yichar, the yod at the beginning, means he is getting hot or he will get hot. It's in an imperfect form of the verb. It's okay, you don't have to know that. That's just for those who care about those things, which means an incompleted action. So in Tanachit, this expresses usually present continuous or a future action, although not always. An incomplete verbal form can be used for other times as well. But we have the Vav conversive. The Vav is going to change that and make it so that instead of he is getting angry or he will get angry, it's and he became hot. He got angry. Vayichar, vayichar, and he became angry or he got hot. Af Adonai. We have a construct chain. So that's the he. The he literally is the af, the nostril, aleph pei, the nostril, which also means anger, right? So probably a good way to translate this would be, because it's construct, the anger of Adonai was kindled, right? The nostril of Adonai got hot. Vayichar, and then the subject is those two words, af Adonai. It's construct, the nostril of Adonai. So the anger of Adonai was incensed, something like that. Continuing on, be Yisrael, be. Now that's a bait, and usually people learn this preposition bait as in. And that's true probably 65, 70% of the time. It probably means in, maybe 60, maybe more like 60. But it also means other things. Against is the proper one here. It can mean with. So either one actually works, right? The anger of Adonai, Yichar, became hot, be, against Yisrael, or with Yisrael. Okay? Vayichar af Adonai be Yisrael. By the way, if ever what I'm doing is too fast, please remember you can slow these down even if you're in our premiere. You can click the gearbox up on the top kind of right area of the video and click playback speed and then click 0.75 or 0.5, whatever you need. All right? Okay. Continuing on. Oops, sorry. Nope. Vayim kerem. So the verb is makar. Mem, kaf, resh. And makar means sell. S-E-L-L, to sell. Now, yim kar means he is selling or he will sell. Now we have a vav conversive. Vay yim kar. I know there's no ah here, but that's, you can have vayim kar or vayim kol, just kind of theoretically. And he became angry. He sold aim. So vayim kerem. And he sold, and he sold them. Okay? Vayim karem, and he sold them. beyad kushan. Another construct chain. Yad kushan. Kushan is a name. Actually, Kushan rishathayim. Okay, Kushan rishathayim. Now, it's a name, so we say the yad, the hand of, or the authority of Kushan rishathayim. And here, bait, it actually does mean in. So vayim kareim, and he sold aim, he sold them, beyad Kushan rishathayim, into the hand of Kushan rishathayim. And we're going to learn more about this guy. Who is he? He's Melech Aram Naharayim, the king of Aram Naharayim. Okay. All right. So what do we have so far? Just doing a quick time check to make sure you don't go too long. Okay, I'm going to stop doing all the visual cues because I do want you visual learners to try out the auditory stuff today, okay? The color's there for you because there are some hardcore visual people who they don't want to just listen only, and so that's fine. If that's you, that's fine. But I do want to encourage you to at least, depending on where you're at least try to listen and understand a bit too. Vayirmeyahbenavrom Adonai. Then the af Adonai became hot. It chara. It kindled or was hot. Be. That's a bait. Yisrael. Against Yisrael. Vayim kareim. Vayim kareim. And he makar. He sold aim them. Be. Yad kushan rishatayim. Or rishathayim. Be. Into the yad, the hand of Kushan rishathayim. Melech Aram Naharayim, the king of Aram Naharayim. Now we have kind of a nice inclusio. If you watched the video in verse 7 that was just before this one, I talked a decent amount about how the avad, ayin beit dalit, when it's talking about that it can mean like worship rather, right? It's to serve, but really worship. But it also has another nuance, which is actual just like hard work, okay? And so I believe we have an inclusio here where this verse is connecting because they avaded the false gods, the Baalim and the Ashtarot. Now they're going to avad this king. So here it is. Vayavdu. And they avad, they served. Who's the they? V'nei Yisrael, construct chain. Because Yisrael is a name, it's the V'nei, the children of. Remember, banim, children? When it's in the form B'nei or V'nei, it means children of. The children of Yisrael, they avad, they served. Et, we don't translate. This is just telling us whom they served. Kushan Risha'athayim, that guy. Kushan Risha'athayim. So again, after the etnachta, Vayavdu, or Vayavdu, Vayavdu, V'nei Yisrael. So the children of Israel, the avad, they served. Et, we don't translate. Whom did they serve? Kushan Risha'athayim. And then we have a little bit of extra information that's going to tell us how long this went on. Shemoneh shanim. Shemoneh, shin, mem, nun, he. Shemoneh means 8. Shanim is years. And you should surely know the year of the year. I want to say the word year, as shana, year. Like the song we sing. L'shana haba'a b'Yerushalayim. L'shana haba'a b'Yerushalayim. L'shana haba'a בירושלים, לשנה הבאה, בירושלים. So it's לשנה, for the, le is for, is the shana, for the year. Which one? Ha, the ba'a, the coming. Birushalayim, be in Yerushalayim, let it be in Jerusalem. Right, a very ancient desire for our people. Baruch Hashem, we have Jerusalem again. We're the only country who ever cared about Jerusalem as our capital, ever. It's never been the capital of any other nation ever. All right. So let's read that again. Try to substitute the English or whatever your native language is before I tell it to you. All right? And I will be showing no visual cues. Visual learners, sorry. Today is our really focus on auditory. Do your best. Try to listen. Vayichal af. Af Adonai. So the subject follows the verb. Af Adonai is the subject. Then the af Adonai, the wrath of Adonai, the nostril of Adonai, yichar. It charad. Chet resh, hey, and the hey went away. It became hot. The nostril of Adonai became hot, or the anger of Adonai heated up. Be Yisrael. Be, that's a bait. Be, against, or with. Either one is valid translation. Yisrael, Israel. Vayim kereim. Vayim kereim. Vayim kereim. And he sold. He makar. He sold aim. Them. Vayim kereim. And he sold aim. Beyad kushan rish'athayim. Beyad kushan rish'athayim. Into the yad of kushan rish'athayim. Melech Aram Naharaim. Melech, the king of Aram Naharaim. Vayavdu Bnei Yisrael. And the Bnei Yisrael, again it's the because there's a name, the children of Israel, Yavdu, Vayavdu, they avaded, they ayin beit dalit, they served et aleph tav kushan rish'athayim, that's his name. Shemone, 8 shanim, years. All right, let's read it through again. If you got most of it, try not to look this time. Try not to look. Now I'm going to read it without the tonal hints, all right? Vayichar af Adonai. Vayichar af Adonai beYisrael. Then, or so, the anger of Adonai heated up. The anger of Adonai became incensed. BeYisrael, against Yisrael. Vayim kareim beyad kushan rish'athayim. Vayim kareim, probably one of the harder ones, just listening to get it right without the cues, because there's a lot of stuff happening there. It's all one word the way it's written, right? But it's va, that's a word in English. Yi, that's a word in English. Meker, that's a word in English, or two words. Aim. So vayim ker, that's our verb. Probably would have been vayim ko or vayim ka. Vayim ker aim. Vayim kareim. And he sold aim. He sold them. Beyad. Kushan rish'athayim. Melech Aram Naharaim. Vayavdu Bnei Yisrael. את כושן לשעתיים שמונה שנים. How'd you do? All right. One more time through at a decent speed, and then we'll be done. ויחר אף אדוני בישראל, וימכרם ביד כושן לשעתיים, מלך ארם נהריים. ויעבדו בני ישראל את כושן לשעתיים שמונה שנים. One more time. ויחר אף אדוני בישראל, וימכרם ביד כושן לשעתיים, מלך ארם נהריים. ויעבדו בני ישראל את כושן לשעתיים שמונה שנים. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Special thanks to my patrons out there. I really appreciate you guys who give monthly support. This is how I make a living. So my family thanks you. I thank you. Our Kahal thanks you over here in the Philippines for helping support me. I really appreciate it. And I really hope that you find these lessons useful. And if you'd like to join and become a patron, the link is below in the video or also in the description. Different ways to give if you like. It's much appreciated. May you be fully blessed and have a wonderful day ahead. Shalom, shalom.